This study is called the Attitudes and Opinions of Prison Officials and Students on Prison Reform, a qualitative study. Not much research has been done to understand the opinions and attitudes of prison officials, which is why I decided to do this research. I seek to examine the opinions and attitudes of prison officials and students on prison reform, and I seek to provide valuable insight to those hoping to make prison reform policies on how the actors involved will feel and react. In this study, I conducted 30 to 45-minute semi-structured interviews by using video calls and phone calls. All participants were volunteers, and I found them through existing contacts and snowball sampling. All participants were either criminal justice students or people who currently work in or previously worked in prisons in the U.S. My current findings are based on 3 interviews, all from students. Up to this point, I've interviewed 7 people, 4 students and 3 professionals, but these results are based on 3 interviews I conducted with students. Interviews were recorded using a digital audio recorder and then transcribed. Transcriptions were then coded and analyzed. From my results, I found 4 distinct patterns. I found that all participants favor some form of rehabilitation for inmates, and also think that the purpose of prisons should be rehabilitation. Most participants like the Scandinavian prison model and think it should be emulated in the US, however, in a slow manner. All participants also conveyed compassion for inmates in some form. They conveyed some level of compassion for inmates when discussing the need for more rehabilitation, more humane conditions, and better treatment from the prison and society. Lastly, I found that all participants recognized that stigma has been afforded to inmates, and all discussed the importance of that stigma being eradicated. These results are tentative as I have not yet completed this study. I seek to still have more insight from prison officials and people who have worked in prisons, as well as more students. Overall, I have found that students see rehabilitation and forms of prison reform as important. This group may not be a barrier to reform. In fact, they may push for and facilitate it.